So maybe why don't you tell us a bit about what is the systems age clock and how it even came to be? What's the history behind it?
Yeah, so the systems age clock really came about because we had this one question of, if I have two people with the exact same chronological age and the exact same predicted epigenetic age, are they really the same biologically? And we actually were thinking, there actually could be multiple ways people get to a specific epigenetic age, right? You might be accelerating in a certain domain, whereas another person could be accelerated in a different domain, but because it's all averaged together, end up in the same place. And this is really because we know not only do people differ in how fast they're aging, but they also differ in kind of how they're aging. So this is really well characterized in Mike Snyder's paper, where he used they didn't use epigenetics or methylation in that paper, but they used proteomics and RNA-seq and these other omics based to categorize people into what they call agiotypes, and showed, some people have accelerated kidney and liver aging, but slower immune aging. So we kind of went back and thought, well, maybe we can do this using methylation. So what we did for the systems clock is to first take normal clinical measures that people use to assess different organ functions. So you have things like ALT or something for a liver, or you have different immune markers for kind of immune health, and group them according to a system. So we ended up with, I believe it's 9 systems. So liver, kidney, heart, immune. We separated immune and cytokine, like inflammation, blood, brain, hormone, and I might be forgetting one, but and we basically made clinical measures to estimate kind of aging or processes in each of those, and then trained epigenetic clocks of each one. So then you end up with 8 separate epigenetic clocks, or 9 separate epigenetic clocks that are specific to different systems. We can combine them into a whole clock to get kind of your holistic aging, which so far it seems like this clock is more predictive of morbidity and mortality than any of the existing epigenetic clocks. But what we think is more exciting is we can actually use this to understand different profiles of people. So group people according to aging faster versus slower in certain systems or domains, and what are the things that contribute to faster aging in one of these domains versus another? What does it mean in terms of risk of specific diseases? So if I'm aging faster in heart but slower in, let's say, brain system, does that mean I'm going to be much more at risk of cardiovascular disease but less of Alzheimer's? And I think from the original clocks, you weren't able to get that kind of fine-grained information.
That's super cool. I was going to ask you some questions on disease-specific clocks as well, but I guess you've explained it a bit. So now it's like you're saying I can use this clock and basically get tissue or organ-specific ages for the 9 systems you've developed, and then also get a meta age saying what my biological or chronological age is. And now when I have, say, a system-specific clock, you can intervene more directly. For example, if my immune system's aging much faster than my liver or kidney, I can go ahead and try to fix some of the damage in my immune system more specifically.
Yeah, we haven't gotten to the point where we can say what interventions are going to be more advantageous depending on your profile, but we think that's the next step, right? So certain profiles might do better from, whether it's a behavioral change or a specific intervention, might actually work better in them. This can also change inclusion criteria for people who are developing pharmacological or other interventions. They might want people who have specific aging profiles because they think their intervention will be better targeted to them. But yeah, that's the ultimate goal, will be to use this to actually figure out more on a personal level what's the better way to intervene in the aging process.